viewers, and welcome to our first gameplay, off-screen gameplay of Forza Horizon 3. One of the big announcements of E3, and I think one of the most surprising in quality. It certainly was an announcement that blew you away visually. So here we see a bit of gameplay. The Lamborghini Centenario is the name of this one, and it's a very impressive car indeed. And you can see here how well it's modelled. I mean, given the open world environments, that makes it even more remarkable in terms of the textures, the lighting, the detail that you're seeing, and the fact that it's running on the Xbox One, which power-wise is slightly below that of the PS4. So they're doing a cracking job at playground games, and it was a very impressive trailer. Big differences this time, obviously. The map is twice the size of Forza Horizon 2. It's pretty impressive. It's a lot more variable in terms of the scenery and what you come up against, and there's going to be 350 cars completely modelled. Wow. You know, 2 years since the last game, and they've managed this. And I think when you look at things like this, that's what people rate against stuff like Forza Motorsport. It's been available, been worked on for years, and it only has a smaller number in that sense. So you can see the comparisons in terms of where people come from. Now, let's see here, this, the chap here, I just want to thank Gamerside for this footage. I really appreciate getting this footage, something to talk about. Here we can see Lamborghini having a race around. Now obviously we're set in Australia now. There was a leak a few months ago. It looked pretty realistic at the time. We did talk about it and run it on the website. Thought, hey, looks pretty bang on. It turns out it was true. So these guys can't be very happy. Look at those trees, really nice trees as well. So there's no audio to this video, sadly. I'd love to hear some of the audio of some of these cars. Knowing Forza Motorsport well, I know it will be pretty solid. Won't be anything to complain about, that's for sure. I think what's impressed me in the trailer was the detail in terms of the foliage and the environments when you go off-road. Lamborghini going through massive puddles. Now, on the trailer, something like that, it showed you it going along a beach and everything. Yes, I know a Lamborghini couldn't go through a beach. There's a lot of things cars can't do. It'd be a bit more boring if your car literally couldn't go off-road. It'd be more like spin tyres than it would be Forza Horizon. So they do want to keep it fun. They do want you to have the ability to go off-road in your car that's just 1 inch off the ground and have a fun drive. Of course, it's not going to have the performance of an off-road vehicle like that, for example. Wow. Beast of literally a monster truck there and going off-road. So the demo really wants to take you through different elements. It's nice. Doing something a bit more in terms of the atmosphere in cockpit. It always seems a bit flat with the steering wheel. I don't know, it's difficult to explain, but sometimes I'd like a bit more in addition. Either way, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Dirt 2. Racing around in that. I don't know if many of you played Dirt 2, but it sort of reminds me of that, some of these off-road elements. Now we go out onto the beach. They've linked it all together here with the trailer elements. Nice textures on the rocks. Working our way along. Nice water effects as well. And really pushing the graphical envelope here in terms of this open world environment and the amount of detail they've stuck in. Cracking job. I think what was impressive at the what was interesting for me at the press conference was they did have a chap on a wheel. And I'm hoping that I had an issue with Forza Horizon when it came out, that when you turned into a corner and the car started to oversteer and lose control, if you did opposite lock, the opposite lock just didn't work. You just continued all the way around in a spin. And I pointed this out to the handling designer while other people were playing, because you could see them all playing. It was happening all the time. And people would say to me, oh no, it's because you don't use a wheel very often. No, it's because it's not handling right. And they admitted that in the end, and something that couldn't be fixed. Whether it did get fixed in an update, who knows. I never really had much time to play Forza Horizon 2. You know, there are times when you have games that come out right when you're in the middle of doing something else. And unfortunately, I wasn't even in the country at that time, so for a while, so didn't get the chance to really get into it. Having said that, I never really did get into it as much. What does this remind me of, though? It reminds me of Motorstorm Pacific. Was it Pacific Rim? Reminds me a lot of that, the Motorstorm series. Okay, this is interesting. Being flown around now by a helicopter. You go into your buggy. this looks like a lot of fun. I like the idea of the buggy. I like the idea of, you know, that with a wheel now, just sort of the rugged control this will give you. You know, wouldn't it be great, something like this in VR? You know, that's what I'm thinking whenever I see these things now. You know, perhaps we'll see a conversion of, well, probably won't, but wouldn't it be nice to see a conversion of this to Scorpio, but with, you know, second gen VR headset, second gen resolution? It'd be amazing. Really give you a great feeling of being there. Bit of a rough ride for your friend there, attached to the helicopter. You see the different viewpoints. Bump cam's a little bit low for me. I prefer it to be a bit higher. Just a bit too low down there. Yeah, it takes you on a nice journey through the stage. Really impressive visuals all the way. Water effects, water on the camera's nice, blows away. Again, just to look at the main vehicle and the details, little fans on the back there. Really nice. So I'm really impressed with this. I think visually, I think this is one of the best looking racing games we've seen in a long time. In fact, this open world just adds to the good work that Playground have done. It does have some similarities for me with Dirt 2, that's no bad thing. I enjoyed some of the off-road tracks in that, it was a bit underrated at the time. And really nice. I think you can drive anywhere. So really impressive from the team. And we'll try and get a preview. Probably won't get a hands on myself until Gamescom, and it'll probably be on the same demo, but at least it'll be a hands-on. For me, I'll be looking to play it with a wheel, really get some feedback with a wheel and find out what progress has been made, because I haven't liked Forza Motorsport in recent times. You know, when Forza Motorsport 4 came out, I liked it with a wheel. Then they did the 900-degree update, broke the wheel handling for me, and ever since then it's never really handled the way it should have. So still you know, hopefully now we're going to get back there and it's going to be just as it should be on this game if they put some work into it. You see that jumping with a helicopter moment. It'll be interesting to see what the replay features, stuff like that, if there are any, I like as well. And 94% complete on this stage. To beat the helicopter, managed to beat that, good job, and over the line. Fantastic, really looks like a lot of fun to play. I think online will be great fun, looking forward to testing it with a wheel. Let's hope it's VR compatible, play it on your PC, win-win all round. That's it for this coverage of Forza Horizon 3, and there'll be more from me very soon.
Well, how do you like it?
Makes me feel